cost of lost memories will come to pass. Yeah, cost of lost memories is the... That's the bad ending of the game, right? Yeah. What choice will you make? Wait. I'm kind of getting some idea here. Okay. You know how I hypothesized yesterday about our Eve here being a culmination of generations of other angels and their memory sticks that have been retrieved from the Earth back to Mother Sphere, and then their data has been combined into our Eve on the 7th Airborne Squadron, and that's one of the reasons as to why our personality is so much more special compared to the other angels. Because, like, they're like... They're like preconception of concepts such as, like, love, compassion, and, like... understanding of, like, other life forms is like a combination that has the possibility to create a more amiable, I guess you could say, angel that is able to adapt to their surroundings better, even if they have a blank slate of actual, like, knowledge, you know? It's because of their motivations and intents being different when you combine all of the knowledge from the previous angels. That is quite the, you know, over your head kind of, like, analysis. But it fits really nicely on this ending, like the cost of lost memories and the making of new memories. Like, the canon ending of the game is making of new memories, and the reason as to why it's called that is because Eve's current memories and personality continues to be the same, because her memories are not sent back to the Mother Sphere when she, well, continues to try to save the enhanced humankind that is still existing, as well as the Nightibas at that point too, after her fusion with the Elder Nightibah. So at that point, she practically is just making new memories. That's why the ending is called that, because her memories continue. But then the cost of lost memories, now that is literally just, when you do the bad ending, her memories sticks is sent back to the Mother Sphere, and then she loses her memories all the same as the previous angels too. Although I don't know how the bad ending ends, but because of the name, she either does the bidding of the Mother Sphere, which she does not, because we take Adam's hand. So my guess is that Eve sacrifices herself and maybe, like, finally does like a definitive, like, death at the end or something, instead of being able to beat Providence, and that's the reason as to why her memories are lost, you know? She does very ominously say when she goes into the final fight with Adam that, you know, I feel like this is the end of my journey. And, you know, she has several times throughout the journey been willing to fully sacrifice her own life in order to fulfill her mission. So I feel like it would be very fitting there at that point. I really wish I was able to explain that a bit better though. Especially like the culmination of the other angels' memories. How like it functions so well with those two endings. But Surely that is what it is. Okay, here's more ideas. So, Mother Sphere obviously artificially created kind of intelligence. Mother Sphere does not feel normal sensations of compassion, fear, anxiety, like pride, and all of the other like human feelings that come when you have a real ego, right? She does not feel like those for real. So I feel like the reason as to why our Eve is this special is because of that exact same reason. Because the angels that have been sent before her in the previous generations have gathered data on how these humans act, how they behave, and what types of values they have, and just existing among them just grows like the other angels' character, and that brings small snippets of personality changes on the artificial algorithm that the angels have that constructs like their personality and what their like innate like values and biases are, you know. And when you combine all of those throughout the generations, like the few or the one Eve protocol member that is always more unique to the other ones possibly, that is the protocol's entire purpose, is the other angels are possibly mainly cannon fodder made for combat, but then through their help, Mother Sphere is able to enhance the few or the one Eve on each of the diving squads or deployments, who is cognitively more enhanced compared to the other angels that are on the same missions, possibly. So that would be what a Raven would also be as the captain, but then again, I've already said many times how like Raven and Taki are both dead ends when it comes to their like personality traits that they possess. So I would not want to say that Raven would be also a Eve protocol like prototype kind of angel like our Eve is. Probably just some other like subordinate like under their like wing possibly. Like Raven had like 2 of her surviving squadron members that she has at the start of the game on the very first like hologram message. And maybe one of those could have been like one of the like prototype Eve members that has our Eve's personality more or less. But then they also like perished very early in the mission as well. And throughout the times when that intelligence and adaptation of knowledge from the previous angels is gathered from both the combat as well as understanding the struggle of the humans, picking those snippets of data throughout the times is eventually gonna create a Eve prototype member that is emotionally and cognitively as intelligent, like more so like real like intelligent, not like more so artificially, but intelligent in the way that they themselves cannot like construct clear reasons as to why they like have certain opinions possibly, because humans are often like that. Humans very often they can't very often constructively explain every action that they do. You just do it. You know, I'm just gonna give like a very simple explanation or example of this that is not exactly the best, but it gives you an idea of what I mean. So let's say like on your everyday life, why would a person like on say a certain morning, why would they take like say sugar on their coffee possibly, or just coffee or just black coffee without sugar on it? What is the difference between you doing either one of the two randomly? Well, it's literally just down to your personal preference, or just how you feel at the time, or it's just down to like whatever like thing you might be thinking of, like maybe you want less sugar on your diet or something, and then you don't take it at times, or maybe you reward yourself by, you know, having that sugar in your coffee at times, and then most of the time you don't. you know, there is a lot of reasons that you can and then you also cannot explain as to why humans do like certain stuff. And there's like plethora of these kinds of examples you do literally every single day. That there is never really a good like actual algorithm or constructive like components that make up what your opinion or conclusion on what you choose is. And that's kind of what this Eve protocol is trying to accomplish, I do believe, is they want Eve to feel more like a human, rather than something that is just very like conveniently created to try to mimic like human decision making and emotions. They want something that is more real than that. And that is what the Eve protocol is for. Also, I have Lily bar full, clearly. Yeah, I think I may have actually finally cracked it. Yeah, that sounds about like closest that I can possibly deduce with all of the information that I have right now as to what would make the most sense, taking every single part of the game's action and the important story points into account. From all perspectives, that makes sense. Oh, and also, I may not have explained as to what is the reason as to why Mother Sphere wants an Eve protocol prototype to be as cognitively and emotionally intelligent as a past human was, for example. What is the reason as to why that is? Well, when Mother Sphere has her will and say one of the Eve protocol members or generations defeats the Elder Knight Eva, what then? They go back to Earth and then they just colonize what's left of Earth and just live there. Well, Mother Sphere, both because of her reverence towards her father, aka Raphael Marx, as well as what the past generations of humans are, and what her own fulfilled duty is from her father, which was to create an enhanced version of human existence that was rid of like humans like physical and well, mainly physical like restraints on how they were able to live throughout their lives. So part of that plan requests the Mother Sphere to be able to uphold humans' past traditions and humans' norms and human behavior and human cognitive and emotional intelligence. She wants to preserve that if possible, but she also knows that with the tools that she has, she is not able to mimic what normal humans are because of what she herself is. And that's why the Eve protocol exists. Is to gather that amount of information that she herself cannot have. So that is the reason as to why she has the Eve protocol working in the first place. Now I already explained as to how the Eve protocol functions, but that is the reason as to why it exists.